um, provided by the government. The aggrieved inhabitants wished to appeal to the president of Oromia, President Lemma Magarsa. They were not able to. They then went to see the Prime Minister. Here too they did not succeed. How could one square all this with the uplifting rhetoric of Abiy or with his rallying cry of Gedamu? As these lines were being composed last night, more alarming examples of division, inter-ethnic conflict, and lawlessness are occurring throughout the land. It is true that such incidents are to be expected in the initial stages of any reform process, but the widespread support accorded to the leaders, Abiy and Mohammed and their collaborators, was such that their feeble response to events plainly at variance with their laudable declarations are bound to dampen hopes. Do these events constitute a temporary setback, a turning point, or warning signs of more trouble to come? Some observers in Addis Ababa say that even with these problems, the situation today is incomparably better than what it was under the TPLF regime in the last 27 years. And they caution against premature judgments. Here in the diaspora, however, there is more heightened concern. While due consideration should be given to observe a situation in the middle of an ongoing process, it should also be remembered that too much proximity to events might induce the so-called Stockholm Syndrome, a phenomenon that does not necessarily facilitate critical judgment. Moreover, the sense of great relief that follows the removal of an oppressive regime doesn't necessarily create an encouraging environment for questioning the early actions of a successor regime promising great things and better times. Clearly, however, the omens do not look good. Does this suggest that Abiy and his team should be denied support? Plainly not. But it would be prudent to ask probing questions, offer advice and constructive criticism, and more importantly, begin to coordinate such efforts with like-minded individuals and groups to impress upon the reformers that diluting their agenda or going back on their promises will cost them the support of the great majority of the Ethiopian people. Let me conclude with a few bullet points. I should start by answering the question of this morning's panel discussion. Not the question, but the heading of this morning's panel discussion, which is Ethiopia in transition or at the crossroads? I'm inclined to respond in the following manner. Initially, which is to say, from April 2018 to February 2019, initially, the country appears to be going through a process of encouraging transition. Following the unsettling events after the middle of February, however, I would say we are, or will soon be, at the crossroads. Unless the deteriorating situation is arrested, and arrested quickly. Bullet point number 2. it is increasingly becoming clear that the events since the middle of February require a determined response from the pan-Ethiopian constituents, signaling to Abiy and his team that they need to reverse their recent actions and commit themselves anew to the reform agenda they had initiated in April 2018. They will probably not listen to us unless first the pan-Ethiopian constituency and its component parts here in the diaspora and in Ethiopia, secondly, send a clear message to that effect and create a permanent organ or advisory body to use the media to spread its message. Bullet point number 3.
2 more minutes to wrap up.
I think I will end up. Well, I can skip one. Bullet point number 3. Ways should be explored to offer political, financial, and technical support to activists today in Ethiopia who are taking up the banner of fundamental change. I'll say a few more on this during the question and answer period. I also think that this is the last bullet point. I also think that we should think seriously about the next steps that this kind of meeting, particularly you organizing, next steps that you would be taking in response to the challenge. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I entertain the hope that you are already thinking of creating a process, a mechanism to channel all these such ideas of countering this serious challenge we're facing with present regime, which has gone back on its word. Create organs, bodies, processes to send this message. And what can you, this group, do to trigger this process? I do not presume to have the answer, but I hope that during the question and answer period, you may throw out some suggestions and see how we can make our contribution. The role of civic groups at this juncture of Ethiopia's history is absolutely critical. It is clear that we cannot leave politics to the politicians. Thank you very much.